because if you think of the Earth as flat, as most of us instinctively do, it's endless. There's endless resources. You don't have to worry about limits in any way. But if we had that image and he realized, I have to start a campaign to get NASA to turn the cameras around. They're on their way to the moon. Show us the Earth from space.
Oh.
And he said, I'm going to make a campaign. I know. And he's, this is on LSD. I'll make a button, very important medium in 1966. I'll make a button. And what should the button say? It should be a little paranoid to get people's attention. Why haven't they shown us an image of the Earth from space? Yeah, that's what he would do. And he started a campaign. He started selling these buttons. And the campaign got in the newspapers, and it goes viral, as viral as you could get in 1966. And 2 years later, NASA produced that image, and he put it on the whole Earth catalog, and that image galvanized the environmental movement. So it's those kind of memes that psychedelics introduces into culture, and that changes culture. That image changed culture. And I think there are hundreds of them. I mean, Steve Jobs talked about, his use of LSD is very important to his formative experience. And in fact, there's a whole tradition of computer engineers going back to the 50s using LSD that I wrote about in the book. In the cultural realm, psychedelics are like radiation. I think the way I think about drugs like psychedelics in evolution, in the same way like in genetic evolution, radiation causes mutations. And some of those mutations turn out to be really valuable. Purely by accident, some great new trait is introduced to the species, and it increases fitness, and that person or that individual lives on. I see psychedelics as having had a profound effect at the level of cultural evolution, that there are lots of interesting innovations that people who had psychedelic experience introduced to our culture. I had a wonderful interview with Stuart Brand, the founder of the Whole Earth Catalog, and his insight, he had this profound insight during a psychedelic trip on the roof of his house in North Beach, and he saw the curvature of the Earth in a way he hadn't before. And he said, God, if we could have this is 1966, we had never seen a picture of the Earth from space yet. And he said, if we had a picture of the Earth from space and we could see it as this round spaceship, that would change everything. It's those kind of memes that psychedelics introduces into culture, and that changes culture. That image changed culture. I mean, Steve Jobs talked about, his use of LSD is very important to his formative experience. And in fact, there's a whole tradition of computer engineers going back to the 50s using LSD that I wrote about in the book. They create change, variation.